Good morning. Good morning. I am sorry that I am late. Um, I I woke up to my alarm and then I fell back asleep. So while it did start a half hour late, it will probably end like at least 15 minutes late, depending on what I feel like doing with that. Um, which is why I look like garbage. But you know, it's very important to me. I literally woke up, went in front of my computer, and was like, okay, I gotta set up the wait screen so people don't know. So people know I'm not abandoning them again. But yeah, I got 4 new ties, so this is day 2. So I have this one, and it's got corners. It's kind of sparkly, and I really like the background pattern. You can only tell if I hold it up to the light in a certain way, but because it's like shiny silk. Yeah, if I hold it right here, you can see it. That nice pattern in the background. So, well, I'm going to set this up. Headband on. Take lint off of it, apparently. I have an appointment today, in like 3 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whereabouts. Um, which I mean, this won't impact that. But I have to decide if I want to keep my makeup on at my appointment or just take it off before I go. I think I'll keep it on. Just cause. Though I will probably take off the tie at that point. Or I'll just change the t-shirt that's over it so it's a little more razzle dazzle. Hold on. Okay, so the reason that this bottle gets so gross is because when you pump it, air doesn't come back in. So like when I opened it yesterday, it was like it literally like the sound it makes when you open like soda? Like that release of pressure. So instead of air being you know, pulled back in here, it just launched out some of the product. And then it created a barrier, and then less air would get in, and then more product would come out. And every time you pumped the pump, um, it would get dipped in all of that nonsense, basically. So My alarm hasn't been going off recently, and I don't know why. Um, I have an alarm that's supposed to wake me up between 3:30 and 4 in like light periods of sleep, and I don't know if I'm just not waking up to the buzzing at my wrist at 4 a.m. because it goes off at 4 a.m. if I haven't been buzzed before. Why is it when I wake up to my verbal alarm, I don't have to dismiss this one? And I don't know what's wrong with it. Hold on. Because all my other alarms go off just fine. So, it's Tuesday, which means I have stuff to do between ending the stream and the beginning of my appointment. So, here's a little sneak peek of what I have planned for Friday. That's the sewing project I was talking about yesterday. There's 16 jingle bells on it. But yeah, I'm really excited about how that turned out, actually. So I'm gonna be so hyped on Friday. If I get all my stuff done, hopefully. I have it planned for Friday, but if I miss a stream this week, then I have to push it back to Monday. Because the ties take priority because I want a little bit of consistency here. See, oh, there it is. Okay. I barely had time to whip my beauty blender before I started, and then it was missing, and I was like, hold on. Sorry, I gotta fix my posture a little bit. And the back of my shirt is sticking out, so. Should probably button it. You know, riveting content, watching someone struggle putting on a shirt. Speaking of struggling with buttons, the sewing project, because that's what I'm going to talk about while I put on my primer here. So, it's a costume piece, right? And you know, I have no sewing skills. So the fact that I took on such a daunting task with no sewing skills is indicative of my hubris. Um, good morning. My blood pressure is up. It's so, and I finished it, which is great. But the thing is that all my all my sewing materials are ancient, and I found these snaps, the little snap buttons. Um, I found these little snap buttons that had to be from around, like, they still had labels on drinking fountains, right? It was really old, and it said that it was 20 cents on the box. It said it was 20 cents, and you know the box with the cardboard was yellowed, and I was like, okay, cool, I can use these. Now, let me show you. No, I'm not going to show you because my stitching is really bad, but I so I try to remove it from the packaging because I'm like, ooh, these will be perfect. And good lord, thank you. Um, so it said laundry proof on the package, but what they meant is that it was built to withstand the nuclear blast. Okay, I could not get them apart. I literally had to use a hammer and a roofing nail to try and widen the gap a little bit so that I could pull it apart. And even then, it's kind of straining at my stitching over there. Not to say that my stitching was any good at holding it down, and I probably will have to replace it eventually, but spare a thought. A sewing project in which it requires a hammer to beat down on one of the products. Am I almost out of Parma? No. So, I don't think once in my life I've ever finished a sewing project. Literally never. I've started so many. I have never finished a single one, except for now. See, I've sewn up like pillowcases and stuff, but that's not the same. I made something out of fabric and I finished it, which is amazing because I don't do that. That is not my thing. My thing used to be giving up on things after approximately 4 hours of hyperfixation. So I'm gonna call that an excellent improvement. So I don't want to get any foundation on this tie, so I'm gonna pull it down a little bit. That was a little too far back. Hold on, here we go. And because it was too far back, I can't really look down right now until I get this blended out. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm gonna be vague about this, and I'm really bad at keeping. No, I'm not bad at keeping secrets. I'm bad at not talking about things that I'm really excited about. Yeah, and then watch that I hype all this up, and then nobody watches me at all on Friday, and I just sort of have to live with that. Like, yes, I'm over here putting all this work in, and nobody's there. To be fair, I don't really do it for a viewer count. I just do it because I like making content. But it is nice. It is nice to know. Okay. And by the way, my blood pressure is fine. There are a few things that I say every time someone asks me what's up, and I go, my blood pressure or the roof. Your time. You know, it's gotta be something either vaguely concerning or really stupid. I think I'm gonna make your time my main one, actually, because I really like that one. I literally came up with it on the spot, so I was like, alrighty, concealer. If I put all my YouTube channel is, all my stuff is here. Look at my things. The medium is my poetry, by the way. And like my short stories. So it's nice having like projects that I'm looking forward to. Because usually it's just, okay, I wake up at 4, and then at 5 I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. cool. I'm gonna buff and pat it. I've started posting my Twitch VODs on YouTube because I finally figured out how. Funny enough, I just had to Google it, but like, I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about these things being up online forever. So yeah, my eyebrows look pretty good today. I've been having trouble with this one because there's like a blank spot right there. I don't know, they look nice today. I've always had pretty nice eyebrows. And by pretty nice, I mean gigantic. I mean massive eyebrows, right? But luckily, I grew into them. But I was called Shrek in Caterpillar Face. So kids are vicious, man. Yeah, that spot right here is killing me. Every day. If I had a slit in my eyebrows, why would it be there? There are better places to put it. I don't want a slit in my eyebrow, but if there was one, I would prefer if it was not there. Please. But yeah, that's nice. Plans are nice. Not having plans is also nice. Like doing nothing. Doing nothing is great. But the best thing is when you combine them, when you had plans and then someone else cancels them, because you can't cancel them. If you cancel them, you'll be nervous. If they cancel plans that you had, so if you were going to do something with someone and they cancel, probably the biggest wave of relief I've ever had in my life, right? It's not that I don't want to hang out with people, and I know I'm going to enjoy it if I go out, but it's like the chance to do nothing. The chance to do nothing. It's like that John Mulaney bit. Doing nothing is so much easier than doing something. I always put this one so high up. Oh, so that actually reminds me, I don't know how to segue from doing contour to what I'm going to talk about next, but my dad sent a picture, and he meant to only send it to me, but he sent it to the family group chat, and it was something about how The Great Gatsby was going into the public domain. And, you know, That's cool. And then it's like, can you imagine all the Nick Gatsby fanfic? And I was like, excuse you, sir, and please be reminded that this is the family group chat. Fan fiction is covered under copyright protections. And then I go on AO3, right? Because it has the best search ever. And I go into the search and I'm like, okay, so there are 3 Great Gatsbys. Instead of dealing with all the ones that are pinned at the wrong movie or the wrong book or whatever, I'm just gonna put Nick Carraway / Jay Gatsby. And there were 584 results. And I got really curious, so I did read a couple of them, but there's this one, and it was, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a crack fic, which means that it doesn't make any sense, and it's written as a joke to make fun of people. And it was, what was it? It had Nick Carraway and Jay Gatsby from The Great Gatsby, and it had Lightning McQueen, and then it had Gwen, Peter Parker, and Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse. And the worst one, Bill Clinton. It had Bill Clinton in it. And this was rated E, not for everyone. It was rated E. So of course I had to read it. Because, what? And Bill Clinton only speaks Spanish, but it's not translated for reader convenience. So my very basic knowledge of Latin roots is the only thing I did because I was too lazy to translate it. But it's like, oh my god. Oh my goodness. The things they did. I didn't even finish it. I got to the part where it was I got to the part with Bill Clinton and I was just like, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna tap out. Which is funny because not a lot of things can make me do that, especially in the writing world. Like I read the whole yeah, this is gonna be on my YouTube channel forever, so I can't wait for this to bite me. I read the whole what was it? I think it was Gaudius Patronus's, the Tumblr / Twitter / apparently AO3 person. Biggest Gaudius Patronus's. They're popular. They have that pink profile picture. But it was a post where it was did you know that the voiceover in You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch is voiced by the same person who voiced Tony the Tiger. And then it was, can you imagine the Grinch and Tony the Tiger being ex-lovers? Yeah, I read the entire Fix It Fic, which is when 2 characters fix their broken relationship. Make amends. I read the whole thing. I hated every second of it, but I did it. But at least it didn't involve Bill Clinton in leather. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that one. Like I could deal with the Lightning McQueen nonsense, but it's like Holy cow. Holy cow. This is gonna be on my channel forever. This is gonna be on my channel forever. But at this point, I'm just gonna go with it. I rinsed my blush brush yesterday, and I feel great about it because it's a lot nicer now. Also, I bring my blush up to the under eye for, I don't know, reasons unknown. Because it helps blend it into your foundation. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's already summer, right? Because it is 6 in the morning and it is 81 degrees outside. It was like 100 degrees yesterday, not even counting the feels like with the humidity. There's a huge heat wave in the Midwest right now. So yeah, I'm really glad that you can't hear my fan because I would not have turned it off even if it ruined the audio. Because it gets warm in here. Because my bedroom window is eastward facing, which means I get all the morning sun. And it doesn't help that we live on top of a hill, so I get the morning sun all the way from the bottom of the hill and up. It's like, so my room gets way warmer than most of the rest of the house. Okay, so, because it's red and it's got corners, I'm thinking definitely something sparkly with the pattern that is like right here. So it's sort of a light pink, almost white. Excuse me. So I'm going to start. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't think I am. Okay, so I'm going to start with a white shimmer. First in the corners. And then approximately a third into the eyelid. It really helped if my eyes weren't watering. I use a smaller brush to apply a little bit more of that, because that one was a little too fanned out and it didn't concentrate it like I want it. There we go. So then I'm going to take red, and this one's also sparkly. And I'm going to start approximately in the middle and then move it over to blend it in. I put a little bit too much on this side, so now there's like almost a line there. Actually, literally doing that just fixed it. Since this one is sort of like a powder compact powder, you can just sort of drag it around. I do like it. It's very subtle. Very subtle. Okay, so after that, I want to take a very thin brush and sort of outline something like this. So I'm licking the brush so that it stays pointy, because otherwise it starts to fan out and it's not very useful for me. Okay, cool. I have those faint little lines, and that'll help me fill it in. So I'm going to take an angled brush and grab black eyeshadow. And draw the line. And fill it in. And, you know, it's always harder with the left eye because I'm very right-handed. Well, that's kind of weird. So basically, this one was darker at the top and this one's darker at the bottom, so I kind of have to fix both of them. Which is surprisingly not very hard, so... Cool. That's nice. That's cute. Okay, so I am going to do my eyeliner. Whee! And I got some of my lower lash. I've gotten pretty good at doing like a good crisp line on the first try, except for the fact that I can never replicate it on the other side. I use my left hand for this one so I can get it approximately the same angle. Close enough. Oh. There we go. Crisis managed. Okay. Tie time. Okay, so I'm gonna raise my seat for this. Alrighty, so I start with the long end approximately at my belt line, where it belongs. Then I pull the tail over and under and through the neck loop, or to create the neck loop. Then I push it around the wide, and then through the collar again on the right side, so that I end up with these two loops here. Then I pull it back to the left, and I pull it to the front and through the neck loop. And because it created a little loop right here, and I stick it through. So that way you almost have like a half Windsor, but backwards. And at this point you take the tail. Sorry, I got distracted. The tail, and then you push it under and through the neck loop. Actually, wait, no. Technically you can. There are a couple ways to do it, but there's a loop up here that you just created by pushing it through, and you toss it through that one. And then after that, you twist this up into the neck loop because it's too short to tuck behind it. And you end up with these 3 sections here. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. So thank you very much for tuning in, my ladies, gents, and non-binary friends. That's all I've got for you today. Check out my socials, you know how it goes, and stay fresh and peace out. Bye.